We have Hannah, who is 13, and Colby, who's 5. And Colby had trouble with formulas, really, in the beginning, and we switched formulas a couple of times.
And he wasn't reaching the milestones that he should have at the right ages, setting up on his own. By 9 months, you should be able to do that, and he was having a hard time. Crawling, he was way behind. Sensory issues. He would crawl everywhere with his hands like this because he didn't want his hands flat. He didn't want to touch anything. His hearing is a little bit more sensitive than everybody else's. Things of that nature, and then his food sensories. He doesn't like textures.
He's a very healthy term kid who up until 6 months had no major medical problems, and then at 6 months he started to vomit profusely, and the pediatrician did a workup trying to see what was wrong, was at a loss, sent him to a gastrointestinal specialist. The GI specialist did an extensive workup as well and couldn't find a specific illness. Colby was then sent to a genetic specialist and an endocrinology specialist who, again, they both did very extensive workups, found that he had a metabolic disease. He had a mitochondrial metabolism disorder. So the mitochondria are the little organs in your cells that help make energy and produce energy for us to live and function. And Colby's mitochondria weren't working appropriately. He had multiple emergency visits for vomiting, for low sugar levels, had been hospitalized twice prior to me meeting him, both for extensive sick illnesses. And so his metabolic disease is such that if he gets sick, he gets very sick very quickly, and his sugar levels, his electrolyte status, and his acid status in his blood, which helps us live and function all of our organs, it really takes a toll on his body. There are risks to damage to his organs, mainly his heart and his eyes. He does have risk of poor growth and effect of his overall health, and so these are things that we're very worried about and very prudent in monitoring as well as managing. He sees a very wide array of subspecialists to include endocrinology, cardiology, ophthalmology, to maintain that his overall growth, development, and overall wellness is as robust as it can be with his metabolic condition. He is the only child in the United States with his specific metabolic condition. Metabolic disease is rare. There are children who have similar type conditions, but of his specific type, he is the unique, special one case. And this makes his disease very interesting as well as very difficult because for specific treatment and specific workup requires very unique, tailored goals for Colby. Hopefully with his single rarity condition, a lot of research can be done. He'll probably be in a medical journal someday and be very famous as far as his patient status. And maybe they'll find a cure for his and other metabolic, especially mitochondrial metabolism complications in the future.
We're learning as we go, you know, and just such a rare genetic mutation that actually we both have that we didn't even know we had, and it's passed down from the mother.
I had to educate myself as a child life specialist about, okay, how does this affect him? How does this affect his cognitive ability? How does this affect his sensory? Because being treated in the healthcare setting is very sensory. There's all different kinds of sights and sounds and smells, and you know, part of what Child Life does is we soften that. How do we present that and provide that through the equipment that is chosen, how we teach staff to present at that, and then working with desensitization with the children so it's not so frightening to them when these new things are being presented.
I've always known about Children's Miracle Network working at Shannon in the past, so I knew of it, but I didn't really know the depth of where the financial part went to getting all the equipment needed for children so they can stay here, because it's vital that the kids can stay here so family can be here.
It's not just about the equipment, it's not just about that aspect of it. That's very important, but it's the support that they provide for the families.
Eventually we're looking at, you know, his organs could start failing, and so we have EKGs, echocardiograms, you know, sonograms. His eyes are checked all the time, and at this point he's doing great.
All right, we got it done.
Please support the Children's Miracle Network
and help miracles like my brother Colby.
I want you to look at that big smile and the big thumbs up. Well, you saw Colby's story, and I got to tell you, MRPS 22 mitochondrial disorder. You guys shouldn't even know what that means. I mean, if everything had gone the way you thought it was going to go, you wouldn't even know those words. But
Correct.
they have become a part of your life, and Colby ends up being the only one in the whole country that has this. How does that make Mom feel? I mean, to know that your son is, you don't have anybody to turn to. I mean, it's just his battle.
Yeah, it's
Or as it says on your shirt, his fight.
his fight. Yeah, his fight is our fight. It's scary.
Yeah.
Really scary not knowing what the future holds, but we know that God holds the future, and that's all we need to know. And just learn as much as we can about the disorder, and then help make aware to others that are around us, and doctors and nurses, everything that we find out, let them know, and so that way there can be more research regarding it.
Were you glad to have him in the hands of the folks at Shannon? What
Yes.
difference did that make for you?
They're just so caring, and we just got out of the hospital a couple weeks ago, actually, from a stay, and the nursing staff, the doctors, everyone is just so sweet to the kids. They just they treat them like their own, and that's so important because the kids are so scared, and needles and IVs and that stuff, it's scary for an adult, let alone a little child. So they're just caring, knowledgeable, the things that they know what to do, and they're so they're supportive too. And there were many times I cried, and they were there for me, and not only for Colby, they were there for me as well.
Cried a little tear for you and with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could sympathize.
What does his path look like from here?
Right now, we're just trying to keep them safe and trying to make sure that we're not catching any infections of any kinds, lots of Germ-X, lots of hand washing, and but other than that, he's an active 5-year-old that just goes. And with his disorder, that's the thing, the energy level, his mitochondrial cells, the mitochondria not making enough energy, but he seems to have a lot of energy, so
He does.
he keeps us on our toes half the time.
Seems to be a happy
Yes,
boy.
he is a very happy boy.
What are your dreams for him?
Oh gosh, you want to? Yeah.
Truthfully, with his condition, it's just that he grows up and he's healthy and he's happy.
Yeah.
Past that, anything else is just a blessing past that. Because with his disease, you don't know from day to day what you're facing. Last week, I went to work, and while I'm at work, I get a call saying he's throwing up. We're going to the hospital.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, I'm getting a call. He's in the hospital. We're going to be here overnight. And it turned into 3 days for a simple stomach bug.
Yeah.
So you just don't know from day to day what you're facing, what tomorrow's going to bring. And it's hard because you want to plan things for him and for his future and for everybody, but it's hard because you just don't know where you're going and what you're doing.
Hey, Colby, will you look at the camera and wave at the people for me?
Can you wave at him?
Tell them bye-bye. Tell them bye-bye.
Here. There you go.
He is focused. He is a focused individual.
Bye.
All right, Carolyn, we're going to send it back to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very